Here's the brutal truth nobody wants to say out loud. Your talent pool, as it is right now, is hollow where it matters most. You keep hiring people who check boxes, who do what's expected, who fit some outdated mold, and then you end up frustrated because none of them can handle the real chaos, the real complexity that breaks your business. You're drowning in resumes stuffed with technical skills, but missing the one thing you can't just train overnight. Soft skills that actually move the needle. Those skills that make someone stand out when everything else is falling apart. And guess what? They aren't just rare. They're almost extinct in today's talent market. You know, the kind of people who don't just follow orders, but can actually read between the lines, who don't just take blame, but own it and fix the thing that caused the problem. They're disappearing. The market churns out workers who can run a process but can't handle ambiguity, who know their role but don't understand the larger game. You waste time and money retraining, coaching, trying to force-fit people into roles they were never built for. It's maddening. The frustration builds. The gap between what you need to win and what you get hired is growing every damn day. Here's what nobody says. Emotional intelligence isn't enough. Yeah, empathy is a buzzword, but what you really need is brutal self-awareness combined with relentless adaptability. You need people who don't just get along, but who challenge the narrative, who question assumptions in real time, and don't give up until they solve the problem. You want curiosity that's not polite or limited to a conference room. Deep, urgent, practically obsessive curiosity that drives breakthroughs. You want resilience so raw it makes operational failures fuel growth instead of defeat. But these skills aren't on any job description. They rarely show up in interviews. And they certainly don't grow from passive checkbox culture. If your talent pool lacks this, it's because you're fishing in the wrong pond. But even more, you haven't created a system to identify, attract, and keep these people. The mistake is thinking soft skills just develop naturally. They don't. They emerge when expose individuals to real challenge combined with brutal feedback loops and freedom to act, not endless meetings and rigid rules. You have to brutalize comfort zones, not pamper them. You have to reward calculated risk-taking, not mediocrity dressed in safety nets. Your hiring, your culture, your everyday leadership stops at friendly collaboration, but that's a death trap for innovators and game changers. So here's what you do. Right now, no fluff. Stop chasing talent that fits yesterday's model. Strip down your job descriptions to what actually moves your business forward, not just what looks good on paper. Build radical interview processes that test emotional guts, real decision-making under pressure, and humility to admit ignorance fast. Demand stories, not resumes. Couple that with pulse-check feedback daily, no annual crap. Create environments where people can mess up smartly and come back throwing punches stronger. And here's the kicker. Invest in those who show consistent growth in these skills. Not the ones who perfect the script, but the ones who rewrite it from scratch when the script fails. You think markets only reward skill sets and products? No, they reward people who can handle unpredictability, who can lead themselves even without rules. This is where today's talent pools implode, missing the people who build and rebuild the rules when those fail. Don't just look for leaders in titles. Look for people who own themselves, who face brutal realities and use it to craft new reality. This means ruthlessly killing off comfort zones inside your team and your hiring process. You want fight, new ideas, disaster recovery speed. These aren't soft. They're core survival skills for your future. You're responsible for tearing down the system that treats talent like widgets. You need to start building a network where these rare few find each other and thrive. Those few who refuse to stay stuck, who refuse to settle, are the ones who actually change markets. You can't wait for them to come. You have to build the magnetic force that pulls them in. And once they're in, your job is to keep them fueled. Not with perks, but with challenges and brutal honesty. The future doesn't belong to the comfortable, and your talent pool can't be comfortable if it's going to carry you forward. If you want results, stop being the gatekeeper of safe bets and start being the architect of the uncomfortable, the complex, the uncertain brilliance. Focus on emotional depth combined with sharp strategic thinking, because those are the engines of transformation your talent pool sorely lacks. Stop hoping your team will figure it out. Make sure they can. Demand it. Pressure it. Build it. That's the only way out of the frustration you're stuck in today. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and open the featured link to discover more.